I went to London. Part 12. Hello, I hope you are feeling well. First, I want to remind you that there are Part 1 to 11 to this story. If you have not watched it yet, visit my channel and watch it, so you can understand the whole story well. You can find all these parts in a playlist named I Went to London. My name is Sophia. I am a student of English literature. This is my story. I want to tell you about my life story in London. I want to tell you about my fantastic teacher. You can read my story. You can learn English with me. One of the students asked a question. Tell us how we remember grammar rules? I say, learning grammar can be both fun and rewarding with the best and easy methods. Begin by understanding the basics of sentence structure. Read simple sentences and notice how words come together. Practice regularly by writing and speaking English. Use grammar apps as they make learning interactive and enjoyable. Gradually learn common grammar rules, like when to use is or are. Don't overwhelm yourself. Focus on one rule at a time. Seek feedback from teachers or friends to improve. Be patient and consistent with your efforts. Learning grammar step by step is the key to making it easier and more enjoyable. Over time, you'll find that your English skills improve, making communication smoother and more confident. I hope I clear your point regarding learning grammar. If there is any other problem regarding grammar, you can ask me. Best way to learn grammar. One student asked an interesting question. He say, as you said, learning grammar can be both fun and rewarding with the best and easy methods. Will you please tell us specific method that will both fun and rewarding too? I say, there is very easy and interesting method. One of the best and easy methods to learn grammar is through stories. Start with simple stories that use everyday language. Read a story and pay attention to how sentences are formed. Notice how words work together to create meaning. This helps in understanding basic grammar naturally. As you progress, choose stories that gradually introduce more complex sentence structures. This step-by-step approach allows you to learn grammar rules in a context that makes sense. Each story becomes a small adventure into the world of language. Practice what you've learned by retelling the story in your own words. This helps reinforce the grammar rules and improves your ability to use them. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are part of the learning process. To enhance your learning, discuss the stories with friends or teachers. Engage in conversations where you can apply the grammar rules you've learned. This interactive approach makes learning grammar enjoyable and effective. Using stories as a method for learning grammar not only builds language skills, but also sparks creativity. It's like embarking on a linguistic journey, discovering the wonders of grammar along the way. With each story, you become more confident in expressing yourself, making learning grammar one of the most enjoyable and effective adventures in language learning. Now, I hope it will be easy for you to learn and remember grammar rules. Most of students agreed with me, but I noticed that some students were quiet during this discussion. I asked them, I noticed that some students are quiet during this story, reading, or listening method discussion. If you disagree with this method, you can openly share your ideas. One student say, I am not disagree with this story reading or listening method, but I'm not a kind of story reading or listening person. Rather, I would like to watch movies. Will this help me in learning Gmer? I was very happy that my students never hesitate to share their problems with me. I smiled and say, this is an interesting point. Of course we are different from each other, and so our interests are. I am happy, and I really appreciate you, that you share your interest with me. Well, watching movies is one of the best and easy methods to learn grammar. Start with simple movies that use everyday language. Listen to how characters speak and how sentences are formed. It's like having a language lesson while being entertained. As you watch more movies, you'll encounter various grammar structures naturally. Notice the use of tenses, different sentence types, and how words are put together to convey meaning. This visual learning experience helps in grasping grammar rules without the need for textbooks. Choose movies with subtitles to enhance your understanding. Reading along as you listen improves your comprehension and reinforces grammar patterns. It's a helpful way to connect spoken and written language. After watching a movie, try to use new phrases or expressions in your conversations. This practice helps internalize grammar rules and makes them a natural part of your language skills. Don't hesitate to pause and rewind to understand specific grammar points better. Discuss the movie with friends or language partners. Share your thoughts on the characters and the story. Engaging in conversations about the movie content allows you to apply what you've learned and strengthens your grammar skills. Watching movies is not just a language lesson. It's an enjoyable experience that immerses you in the language. Each film becomes a lesson in grammar, expanding your vocabulary and improving your language abilities. So, grab some popcorn, relax, and let movies be your entertaining guide to learning grammar. Students were really happy that they can learn grammar while watching movies. One student say, "Teacher, will you please suggest us from which movies we can start our grammar improving journey?" I say, creating a list of the best movies to learn grammar can make language learning enjoyable. Start with classics like Forrest Gump or The Sound of Music. These films use clear and straightforward language. Include family favorites such as Toy Story or Finding Nemo. Animated movies often have simple dialogues that help in understanding grammar concepts. As you progress, try watching The Breakfast Club or Dead Poets Society for more complex language structures. Don't forget about timeless comedies like Friends or The Princess Bride. They offer humor while introducing various grammatical elements. Harry Potter series is another great choice, providing a mix of dialogues suitable for different learning levels. Explore the world of superheroes with movies like Spider-Man or Wonder Woman. The clear storytelling in these films makes it easier to follow and learn grammar rules. For a touch of romance, consider classics like Pride and Prejudice or Notting Hill. Include thrillers like The Shawshank Redemption or Inception for a challenge. These films offer intricate plots and advanced language use. Documentaries like Planet Earth or The Blue Planet provide exposure to real-life language in different contexts. Remember, The key is to choose movies that match your language proficiency level. Each film on your list becomes a fun and engaging grammar lesson, turning movie time into a valuable learning experience. So grab your popcorn and enjoy the world of cinema while improving your grammar skills. Students were happy to know about my movie suggestions. They thanked me. Now the students that have interest in story reading and listening are discussing something. Before I ask them, one student asked me, "Teacher, we are also interested to know if you suggest stories for us to learn grammar rules. We would like follow your suggestions." I smiled and say, "Well, creating a list of the best daily life stories to learn grammar can turn language learning into an engaging adventure." Start with simple narratives like a day in the park or at the grocery store. These stories capture ordinary moments with clear grammar structures, making them ideal for beginners. Include stories that revolve around common activities such as getting ready for school or a visit to the doctor. These tales not only provide relatable scenarios, but also present everyday language, helping learners grasp essential grammar concepts. Explore stories centered on family life, like a family dinner or weekend chores. These narratives not only reflect familiar situations, but also offer opportunities to understand sentence structures commonly used in daily conversations. Don't forget about stories that capture the essence of friendship and community, such as helping a friend or community picnic. These tales provide a context for learning grammar while highlighting the importance of social interactions. For those seeking a bit more complexity, consider stories that delve into work scenarios like a day at the office or working together on a project. These narratives introduce workplace language and more advanced grammar structures. For these stories, you can visit Speak English with Lala YouTube channel. The key is to choose stories that align with your current language proficiency level. Each daily life story on your list becomes a relatable grammar lesson, turning the routines of daily living into a valuable language learning experience. So, compile a collection of these stories and embark on a journey to improve your grammar skills through the familiarity of everyday tales. Is this helpful? Students were happy, and they thanked me. I say, "I have briefly explained both groups their solutions. I hope it will result in better outcome, right?" "Yes, teacher." All the students agreed. Advice: when you want to learn English, read, listen, and speak. Do each activity for 30 minutes every day.